a terrific thing that is. What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. We'll put that back, and then you know. Oh, Christopher, look what I've done! Oh, it'll give you something to fix when you come back. You know where we're gonna go? We're gonna go see your dad.
At the hospital?
No. He's staying in an apartment until he gets well. Hello. And I'll explain it when we get there. Okay?
Hi, there you are.
Lisa, hi, darling.
Hi there. Look what we got there. I want a big hug of this wonderful, handsome fella. You know what I saw when I came in through the kitchen? I saw a plate full of cookies, and Joyce was pouring you a great big glass of milk.
Does that sound kind of good to you? Want to have your glass of milk? And one cookie. Okay?
Just one?
One. Look. Okay. Run along, Toots.
Oh, dear.
Have a seat.
Thanks. How's it going, honey?
I don't know. I'll know better, I guess, after we have our talk with Chris. It's very hard to make a little guy like that understand what's going on. He's had so many comings and goings in his life lately.
Kim, I don't see how Chris can possibly understand. I mean, I can't even understand.
Well, Lisa, I told you, Bob broke things off with Susan only because I wanted it. And he hadn't dealt with his feelings about that before he moved back to the house.
So, he'll be able to deal with it better living somewhere else? Is that what you think?
Well, it's not what I think, it's what he thinks. He's the one who's made the decision to go back to the apartment.
Did you tell him how much you wanted him here at home?
No, but listen, what I want more than anything in the world is for him to work through his feelings about Susan.
Look, Bob and Susan made a terrible mistake. They were so wrong in what they did. Bob knows it. But you made the mistake, too, by paying so much attention to Andy that a long time ago and getting so involved in all of his problems.
Lisa, that is in the past.
It is
That
not.
is no longer the point.
Kim, it is the point. You turned your back on Bob. He did not feel needed or wanted. And I'm going to ask you a question I asked you a long time ago. If it were any other woman besides Susan, would you and Bob be living apart?
Lisa,
would you?
It is hard enough to live through this without you rehashing it every time I turn around.
All right, Bob, hang up all your stuff in the closets, but I saved the drawers for Lila because I'm not too good at that, so.
Andy, thanks for bringing my things over here.
Sure, I'm glad to help out. Well, I just keep wishing that
I know.
You didn't.
Listen, I moved back here in an attempt to resolve everything honestly. Your mother and I just weren't ready before.
Well, how are you feeling, anyway?
I feel a little shaky, but that's to be expected.
All right. Well, I'm glad Lila's here.
Yeah, and Patty Delaney's gonna stop by later.
And Mom will be here, I'm sure, to help you out, too.
She's bringing Chris over. We're going to try to explain the situation to him.
I'll get that.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh, hi,
Hey,
Fran.
you. Daddy,
Hi.
I went by the hospital room and there was a little old lady in your bed. I didn't know what to do. I'm glad to see you.
Well, he finally sprung me.
Good.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Fanny.
honey.
Hi. Okay, Bob, your dresser drawers are all organized. Your bed's made so you can hop in any time.
Well, thanks, but I think I'll stay up as long as I can.
Okay, now Dr. Ripley left a special diet. I'm going to get your dinner started. And remember, it's his instructions, not my cooking.
I don't think there's anything in the house.
Lisa stocked the refrigerator and all the cupboards. Let me get started.
Isn't that great?
boy.
Oh, by the way, I saw John at the hospital.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I saw him, too. I went by Mom's. He's checking on a room at the executive club. What kind of place is that, anyway?
Yeah, it's a typical businessman's club. Excuse me, a business person's club.
Thank you, Daddy.
Comfortable but impersonal.
Get up! I haven't had enough of you yet. I haven't had enough of you, this little... Ah! Come here. Come here. Oh! Oh! Come on! Daryl, what are you trying to do? You're gonna kill him! Got it! Ah! Now listen, what? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Daryl, stop it! I'm Daryl Crawford. Look, I'm a new member here. I'm sorry about this. I'll pay for any damages.
Very well, sir.
Really, I'd like to... What the hell is wrong with you?
If I hadn't stepped in here and pulled you off that guy, you'd have more to pay for than just a lot of broken glass.
Yeah, well, that guy has been trying to step in between me and my wife since the day I met him, all right? I'm just not going to take it
I think
anymore.
you should go home to your wife, and I think you better soak that hand. It's going to hurt you for a while. I'll take care of our...
Thanks. See you in court, Darryl.
Come on, why don't I drive you to the hospital?
Oh, thanks, Dr. Dixon. I'd appreciate it. I want to get these injuries on file, even though I had witnesses.
You sound like a lawyer.
I am. I'm really grateful to you for breaking up that fight. I'm sure Crawford would have killed me.
I don't think it would have gone that far.
You don't know the man like I do. He's cheating on his wife. I found out about it, and he came over here to make sure I wouldn't live to talk about it.
What are you doing here?
Well, I went by your house, and Marilyn said you were going to come by and get Katie and then bring her over here, so I thought I'd save you the trouble.
Are you okay? I get the feeling you're worrying about something.
Oh, no, I was just expecting to hear from Darryl before this. He went out after Arthur Claiborne.
Oh, well. Is there anything else I can get you?
No, Dana, not a thing, thanks.
Okay. Well, then I guess, while you're resting, I'll go to my room and call my mom. Let her know that I'm actually registered for beauty school.
How did she take the news of your in vitro success?
Well, what can I say? My mother always prefers success to failure. I'll see you in a bit.
You are unusually quiet tonight.
Well, I'm a little self-conscious about everything I do and say with Arthur and your father watching us like hawks.
You know that my father is very fond of you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I respect him a lot. And Arthur is another story, though. It's hard to like someone when it's obvious they can't stand beside him.
Don't take it personally. Ever since my first marriage broke up, Arthur's been very protective.
You know, I can't imagine why any man would be foolish enough to let you go.
Actually, I was the foolish one. I didn't realize until after I was married that the word fidelity was not in Philippe's vocabulary. Why haven't you ever been married?
That's funny you should ask that, you know. I couldn't have answered that question up until a few months ago when I saw you at the governor's ball. That night I realized I'd spent my whole life waiting for someone like you.
That's very flattering.
Well, it's true. You're everything I want in a woman.
Mind if I cut in?
Dana, is that you? Darryl, what happened to you?
For her money. If I were just maybe a year or so younger. Oh, wipe that smile off your face. You're both there. You know that. I'm there.
How you doing, Andy? Courtney, listen, Larry's taking Franny to the garden room tonight, and I thought I might take you two as well. What do you say?
The garden? Well, I prefer the cellar, actually. I mean, thanks, but...
You mean hamburgers and loud music?
Hey, speaking of the cellar, thanks, guys, for taking Dana under your wing last night. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I really like Dana. I think what she's doing for the Crawfords is wonderful.
Boy, speaking of the Crawfords, you know, I was just over at the executive club checking on a room. I walked in on a fist fight between Darryl Crawford and some fellow from Des Moines. Darryl was really giving him what for.
Oh, Johnny, you're looking for a room somewhere else? I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, well, I'm first on the waiting list over there. You'll be happy to hear that, too. I'm also looking into my old penthouse. Talk to Jess about it. I may, try to get it now that Tonio's not coming back to town.
John, was Darryl hurt in the fight?
Well, I think he probably hurt his hand a little bit, but this guy, Claiborne from Des Moines, I think he got the worst of it.
I was afraid of something like this when you went rushing out of here.
Honey, I just could not let Arthur get away with that anymore, you know? I went a little nuts. Yeah, I don't know what would have happened if John Dixon hadn't come in.
How was Arthur when you left?
Threatening to sue. And I think he might go through with it.
I guess I better call Jessica Griffin.
Maybe you should talk to Tom. He could give you advice.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I gotta get out of this shirt. Hey, what? I had not seen this. It's the ladybug. I remember when I gave that to you.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were back.
No, that's okay, Dana. Listen, I gotta ask you a favor. You gonna be around the house for a while? Because I gotta run out for a minute.
Oh, sure. I just came up to see if I should heat up the dinner that Freda left for us.
Oh, that would be terrific. Thank you, Dana. Honey, would you remember to talk to Margot about those phone calls? There's been more since you left.
No.
Yeah, when Freda was here, there were 2 calls that the caller hung up again. And then there was another one, a third one, where a man with a raspy voice was on the phone, and he asked for the owners. And when she asked him to hold on, he just hung up. And then after Freda left, there was another hang-up.
You know, it's got to be Arthur.
No, it wasn't Arthur. He had just walked out the door. And he was here when Freda took the other calls.
Okay, all right. I'll run it by Margot. Listen, hon, I know you don't like to eat late. Why don't you just get something to eat, and I'll get some when I come back, all right?
Okay, do what you have to do.
All right.
I'll stick dinner in the oven and come right back.
Well, you never said you were great at tennis.
No, I never did. I never did. But I am a gracious loser. And just to prove that point, a little token.
Daryl, I didn't expect something like this.
Well, you don't even know what it is yet. You have to open it first.
It's a ladybug.
It certainly is. You know, ladybugs are used for pest control. And, you know, with Arthur hanging around so much, I thought it was appropriate.
You are really terrible.
Oh, thank you.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Wait a minute. If you just look under the compartment, there's a chain that sort of completes the whole thing. What is it?
It's not a chain.
It's not a chain? I am so embarrassed. I don't believe this. I spend all... Well, what do you know? Well, as long as we have it, we might as well see if it fits. Perfect. Just like you.
Dinner's in the oven. Anything else I can do?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I forgot to put these diamond earrings in the jewelry box. If you wouldn't mind putting them away for me. And also, my ladybug pin. It's not valuable, but it's important. It's right over here on the dresser. If you wouldn't mind, Dana, I'd like you to put it in the safe.
Where's the safe?
Right there, that picture. It has hinges. It opens to the left. And listen carefully, and I'll tell you the combination.
The Richmond, Virginia, Channel 6. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
You picked a fight with Arthur.
Yeah, well, I just I lost it, I guess, when I heard that Arthur had been running to Carolyn with all these accusations about Franny. Tom, what do you think's going to happen if he decides to press charges?
Well, how serious were the injuries?
Margot's dad was still with him when I left.
Well, I'll call John and see if Arthur went to the hospital.
All right, this is off-the-cuff legal advice. I would wait and see if Arthur's even going to press charges, and I would, in the meantime, call the owner of the club and tell him I'd pay for any damages.
Well, you know, I told him that before I left, but that's a good idea. I'll call him back. Right. Hey, listen, it's great having a cop and a DA for friends in town, you know. Carolyn really insisted that I come over here to ask your advice.
How is she doing?
Well, she's a little upset that I got in a fight, you know, but I think now she realizes the kind of person Arthur is, so maybe some good came out.
Have you been getting any more of those weird phone calls?
Yeah, I forgot. Yes, we had 4 more today. 3 hang-ups and another raspy voice asking if the owners are in, but they hung up when Freda said to hold on, you know. I think it's Arthur, but Carolyn says he was there for the last phone call and left before the last hang-up.
No, why do you think it's Arthur?
Well, I mean, you know, this guy's jealous enough to try anything, you know. He's not as stable as he appears to be, and, well, his company is in dire straits. He's borrowed a lot of money from Carolyn.
Well, that sounds like even more of a reason why he wouldn't press charges, so.
You know, I think we ought to put a tap on your phone, and the only thing is you got to keep people on the phone long enough so that the phone company can trace the call, okay?
All right, listen, I'm gonna go see how Carol and Dan are doing.
Well, no, why don't you stay here? We're ordering Mexican food, and...
When's that arriving, by the way? I'd like to go see Dan.
You know what? I'll give him a call and see what's up.
No, I'll call the restaurant after you're finished.
You know what I can do? I can run and see him now.
Well...
Unless there's just not enough time.
Dana. Hey, is my wife in? Thanks. Hi, hon. Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
Good. Listen, you know, Tom and Margot didn't make me feel like the outcast I thought I'd be. Yeah, actually, they invited me for some Mexican food they're having delivered. Can I come and take you out for some takeout?
Oh, thanks, darling, but Dana and I have already eaten. But why don't you stay? I know how much you like Mexican food. Besides, Dana said she wants to help me do my therapy. She wants to learn how.
Well, that can wait. Look, let me put my super saleswoman on this one, okay? Listen, convince her to stay.
Must be me.
Come over.
Hi, Carolyn. Can you come out and play?
Thanks for the invitation, Margot, but I think we'd better stick to the original plan. I'd love for Daryl to stay, though. I'll see you and Tom soon. Bye. Mr. Crawford is so attentive. My ex used to stay out for hours and never even give me a call. Oh, Daryl has done that since the first day we were married. No, even before we were married. If that's Arthur Claiborne, I don't want to speak to him. Crawford residence? No, this is Dana Lambert. Would you like to speak with her? Oh, wait a minute. Is this Bill Harper? No, I'm just a little surprised because I didn't expect to hear from you after what I told you last night at the cellar. Well, sure, I'd love to. But, well, Mr. Crawford isn't here, and I'm staying with Mrs. Crawford. But maybe if he comes back early enough, I could stop by later. Well, I'll try. Thank you for calling. Bye. Dana, that's that cute guy you were telling me about at dinner? Go. No, I don't want to leave you here alone. I won't be here alone, not for long. Daryl will be back shortly. And besides, what do we have a security system for? I don't want you to feel like a prisoner here or some kind of a nurse. I'll be fine. Well, if you're sure it's okay. Absolutely, I insist. Okay, then I'll just clean up the dishes and get changed and I'll call a cab. Okay, be sure to turn on the security system before you leave. Oh, I will. Thanks. We'll work on the therapy tomorrow, okay? Okay. Oh, listen, there is one other thing. If you wouldn't mind bringing the wheelchair closer to the bed, and be sure to put the brake on. I don't think I'll be needing it before Daryl gets home, but just in case. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Good night. Good night, Dana. This is not just Arthur's imagination, Daryl. I've been aware for quite a while that you're attracted to Franny. That's very sweet, Franny.
I hope you know I'd do anything to protect you. Well, speak of the devil. Arthur Claiborne, he's coming this way.
Dr. McDermott, well, thank you again for taking such good care of me in the emergency room.
No thanks necessary, just doing my job.
Well, I hope that the full extent of my injuries are now on record.
Standard hospital procedure. I believe you know Franny Hughes?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Well, I don't blame Daryl for slugging the guy. He probably deserved it.
I'm very glad that you and Andy are spending so much time together.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think you're good for him. The last young lady who was in his life was, well, it's old news, you know.
Well, I don't know how old it is. I think that Julie is really still on Andy's mind a lot. I mean, this morning we went out to the Snyder farm because they heard that Caleb got a letter from Julie, and I don't know, we've got the addresses. I'm gonna take off. Oh, just for a sec.
Okay. Here you go, Pop.
She's a nice young woman, Andy.
I know she is. I like her a lot, too.
Yeah, a lot better than that last thing that was in...
I don't want to talk about
right?
John! Andy! I'm so glad to see you.
You just saw me at the hospital.
And you just saw me at Bob's.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, I'm glad to see you. Can I sit down?
Thompson. Sure.
Good.
Cal! Cal, over here. Maybe Cal will join us. Cal!
Hello?
May I speak to one of the owners, please?
Yes, this is Mrs. Crawford. How can I help you?
I'm at a friend's house.
Daryl, is that you? Hughes.
Talking about the real thing. It's a hero, my friend, a smile you wanna see forever. It's all the moments with Coca-Cola Classic that can't.
If you're still drinking.
For home, you want to say goodnight to Daddy?
How about a kiss? That's my boy. Hey, listen. We'll talk very soon about you coming over and spending a weekend with me, okay?
Listen, are you going to be able to make it into bed now that Patty's gone?
Oh, sure. Lila's gonna stop by in the morning.
Okay. You want to give Daddy another hug and then we'll leave?
That's my boy. Oh, easy now. Too tight.
Oh, you want me to get that for you?
Would you mind? Thank you. So I want you to be your usual good self. Do good at school. Do what your mom tells
Hello?
you to do. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
As soon as I feel better.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he is. Just a minute. Can you hold on? It's for you. It's Susan.
Wonder where they get all the energy.
From eating all this fat. What's going on tonight? You're being real strange.
John, why don't you come upstairs with me and listen to my first set, okay? Why don't you?
I'd like to, but I have to get back to the hospital.
Thanks a lot.
What?
Music makes motion moves like a maze. All inside of the heart, especially of a rhythm. I wanna be flowing.
I gotta go to the hospital, Andy. I'll see you later.
Bring it up to check.
I got it.
It's time for my first set. Are you going to introduce me or what?
I'll introduce you, but what's wrong with you tonight? Look, you hardly gave Cal the time of day. He was looking for you.
Well, in a way, I'm relieved that he went upstairs.
Why, for heaven's sakes?
Because it's just I was married to a really wonderful man, and I'm not going to forget that. You know what I mean? It's just silly to... Look, are you going to introduce me?
I'm going to... Come on, let's go. Come on.
Lila, isn't about time for your first set?
Yeah, I was just on the way up.
Hey, boss.
Hey.
How you doing?
You know, Andy and I, we talked to Dana, and we told her that, you know, you understood about the complications.
Yeah.
She really likes you, I think.
Great. I'll give her a call then and see if she can. Why don't you save the quarter, because she's coming right in. This is a surprise. I was just about to call you.
Again?
Olé at last.
Wow. You know what? I think I'm going to call home, so it might be a little longer.
Listen, tell Carol we're going to send doggy bags.
Okay.
Just trust her.
What is it?
Damn. Busy. I hope it's not Arthur on the phone.
Or another one of those weird phone calls.
It can't still be busy. I'll call 911. Yes, this is Mrs. Hello? Hello? Hello?
The new mouth, so healthy mouth, a clean, healthy, close-up mouth. Close-up gives you the cavity-fighting protection of fluoride and the extra protection of real mouth rinse. The toothpaste and mouth rinse in one. For a healthy mouth, a new mouth, a close-up mouth.
So, I see you discovered the salsa.
Definitely didn't get it from a jar.
How do you know?
It tastes fresh, chunky. Oh, I don't believe this. I've eaten the whole bowl.
Relax. There's more over there.
Where?
Ortega salsa. You'll never know it comes out of a jar.
When you smiling.
It's hard to smile when your teeth need help. Original Milk-Bone and Tartar Control biscuits help you take care of your dog's teeth. Give your dog something to smile about.
When you smiling.
Introducing one giant leap in snacking. Ritz Bits and the taste of real cheese have come together in tiny sandwiches. New Ritz Bits sandwiches with cheese and Ritz Bits sandwiches with peanut butter.
If they don't pass algebra, they don't play football.
Nobody ever uses algebra in real life.
I use it every day of my life. I'm the math teacher.
Evening Shade, a part of Education First Week. Then get ready for a rapid deployment of laughs. With these highly trained reinforcements.
Yeah!
The youngins. Major Dan, right after Evening Shade, Monday.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you by new Ritz Bits cheese sandwiches. The great taste of Ritz Bits with the taste of real cheese. Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.